Alright, what's up you guys? This is Janos with Trading Spies, and finally we have the breakout. We had holding the levels from April of last year and we managed to break out today, but the first part of the day was extremely frustrating for me, and I don't want to get into the bandwagon as the market is manipulated. Of course it is, all of us know, but it was very difficult to trade. And once you have your analysis, is doesn't really matter how the market is manipulated, as long as you take your stop losses as it comes, right? Because if you have a plan, you're still gonna win more often than you lose, and if your winners are bigger than your losers, then it's no issues, right? So today I traded 3 times. 2 of them was a loser, 1 of them was a winner. We made it as a great day, and let me just get in, let me break down the trades. And again, if you guys like this channel and you find value in my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn your notification on, and let's get started. Alright, so as it seems, this video is gonna be as frustrating as the whole trading day. This is the 3rd take for this video. The first time I didn't change the scene, the second time I had no sound, and all this I find out when I started to edit. So already a 3/4 hour passed just before I start to do the, hopefully, the final take. And that's why I have the arrows already up, because I done this 2 times already. All right, so let's get started. So my first entry, it was a long entry, and I entered because we retested basically the low of the Sunday aftermarket, right? And also we just broke below the today pre-market. We retested, and then basically from there we right away moved higher. We retested the pre-market high and we moved back. We failed to create a lower low, so from that point the first candle make a new high. That was my entry. Even the move was to my favor. We failed to create a higher high at that point, and the move, it seems nice on the chart, but it was very choppy. And then basically the price action, it was less than 1/3 of a point. So basically the contract prices didn't move much, or we can say at all. And for today the contract prices was extremely cheap. So I'm not sure exactly what's contributed to that, but either way, that was the entry. Then we retested the pre-market low, and as soon as we start to move, printing a green candle, I added to my position. Again we moved to my favor, and the move again was very small. It looks too big candle, but it's a small movement, and right away we got rejected. And then basically in this case we again failed to create a higher high, so this one is a lower high. And as we moved below, I exited with a very small loss. It's a few percentage loss. And the continuation, basically we failed to create a higher high, but we broke our pre-market low, so we had a lower low. As we moved higher, from that point we again failed to create a higher high. So in my mind, as we started to move lower, I entered the first candle make a new low to target the actual low of day. We failed to do that, so this is an indication for already a very, very choppy market. So we moved higher, we just moved to break even basically, but as the time passed, even the same level for the next round was already a loss. So the reason why I exited one, we already, with the little wick, we broke our previous high. So at that case, we created a higher high with numbers, and then because we failed to create a new low, we already be able to put our trend line, and that basically considered as a start of an uptrend. So as we broke out, I exited of my position, 2 of 2 as a loser. Both of them was very, very well managed, very, very small losers basically. So now we had to just assess the market, what's going on. So we know already it's a very, very choppy market. So my third entry was a long entry. Even overall end of the day move to my favor, but the actual entry point wasn't the right place to enter. And why is that? Because me personally, I don't say never, because here is the proof. I don't like to enter for the actual breakouts. So over here, where we could have entered in a better position was we retested the high of day, we pulled back, and we pulled back basically to retest the actual breakout, right? So this would have been a perfect entry for the long position. We retested again. The second best could have been right here. This position would be an even better, actually not better than this, but better than our actual entry. And then wait for the breakout. Overall, again, the contract prices didn't move anything. So at this position, I entered to my trade. We broke out from the high, and also we broke our pre-market high, and then we pulled back. As we touched our trend line, we moved higher. I added to my position, and basically this over here, it was just a chop around to kill the contract prices. And then basically we have a big pullback, and this is why it's very important to have our ideal where we're gonna put our stop loss and the reason why we're gonna use that point. Over here, right, we started to pull back, but we don't know if this is a pullback or this is an actual the beginning of the downturn, right? But at this case, basically what's happening, it's a pullback to retest the actual breakout, right? Exactly the same way as happened right here, right? We pull back to retest the actual breakout. So it's a perfect position to enter. What happened right here? Exactly the same thing. The pullback to retest the actual breakout. So we cannot get panicked for a little bit larger pullback, because we have a reason basically not to panic, right? If we break not this level, in my mind, if we break this level, again, we're moving in a very, very tight range. It looks big on the chart, but it's a very, very small moves. So basically, if we break this level, then we would start to create a lower high. We will start to create a lower low, because this is our low over here. If we break that, we already start to create a lower low. So this point over here is not a justification to exit. And let's see what happens. A beautiful continuation, right? This would be the perfect spot to add more position. I didn't, because at this point over here already, I had a very, very heavy volume. I had 72 contracts already, so I didn't want to add more to the position. So we were breaking out, again creating a higher high, and then we were breaking our pre-market high, right? So we break that, we started to chop again, and basically until the actual breakout happened, until this point over here, even from here, we moved all the way up here, close to a 3/4 point. The contract prices haven't changed anything. So the 22 cents what I bought partially over here, it was same over here partially, same 22 cents. And before the breakout happened, the retest of the pre-market high, still it was 22 cents. And finally, the breakout happened. And as we moved higher, I started to exit, and my best exit was in the low 60s at 59. As we broke the pullback, at that time that was the high of day. This is where I exited. So I started to exit, wait for the pullback, and then the second round I exited all my positions, so you guys can calculate what was the profit for the day. 72 contract, entry at 22 cents, exit as we move higher in the high 50s, low 60s. And then from here, basically, the contract prices just exploded, literally exploded. At the high, the contracts was worth $1.75 per contract. So if we can calculate that with the 70, that would have been a very, very sweet day. But I just not holding anything like that. Is no justification for me to hold anything like that, because even it's a nice move, is nothing else at that point, just gambling, right? So overall, perfect day, yet very frustrating. And basically this move, right now we made our breakout, but overall it was a very, very light volume day. So we have to be careful for the justification if this breakout will stand. So tomorrow we have to, in the next few days, we have to wait for the retest of our breakout level, which is the 432 level, if it's gonna hold, because usually when the breakout happen in the low volume is not a justification for continuation. So let's see what will happen. And as always, we're trading the chart, right? We're not trading our stubborn ideas. what we think it should happen and we just stick to it, we trading the charts. We trade whatever the chart gives us. And so basically that's about it for today. This was my trades. And if you guys like these videos, as always, please hit the like and subscribe button, and see you guys tomorrow with a new video.